This took a lot longer for this one page than I thought it would. But let's just say this is good enough. Start working on the dashboard. We're making a website. I don't know what that's going to look like yet. So I guess we should just get into this. Oh, that looks so cool. That's what's about to happen. It's hacking time. Yeah, baby. We got it. We got it. So the dashboard, I think what we'll do is we'll roll around and we'll do a sidebar first. Let's just get into it now. There we go. We're on the dashboard page. So let's do a block called viewport. And inside of it, let's do a block called nav. And let's do a block called content loader. Okay, so we'll start by getting the nav in over here. If we want to make this so you could retract and expand the nav, we're going to use Flexi Boys for this whole thing. Start with that. So we're just going to give it a width of 100%. So it's going to take up anything that's not there. And then we're going to tell the other one not to shrink. We definitely don't want that to be red or whatever. So let's make that just a blackish color. Okay, let's make this a brighter white. Now, we need to get some things into the nav. And I think something to put in the nav would be like the logo at the very bottom. Like that nav logo, and grab the black logo. Oop. A little big. It's a little big. It's a little bit bigger than we wanted. We're going to display flex on the nav. And then we're going to tell that logo to sit down at the bottom. There we go. Well, let's tell that to justify itself to the center. Now, there's an align self. I don't know if there's a justify self. No. Oh, it's an image. Boom, text align center. Next step, we should get some links going. So let's get our first link list built. We're going to give that its own class for settings just so we can push it down a little bit. Or why don't we do an account thing up the top? And can I also, like, would it make some sense to say this, like, total points? And let's do a account settings as a button. And you know what? We're going to be doing jQuery simulation for all this stuff. So we're going to do that as a div. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a little bit of work now that'll come back later, where I'm giving just a tag to this thing to say it's a button. And then I'm giving it the data it's going to load. And we have jQuery. What we'll do is we'll just say everything that has a button tag, and we don't have to use jQuery. We could use vanilla.js for this. When you click it, grab this attribute's value and use that as the page it's going to go to. Okay, let's see how bad that looks. You can't even see it. There we go. Looks promising. Look at this one on the bottom. It got so tiny. Let's do justify content space between. And that will spread everything out like this. That's all you're saying. Yeah, it's not the line self's going left to right now. What do I know? What is the other trick to do this? I think the other trick is turn on the wrapping. Okay, let's try that. Flex wrap, no wrap. And then everything's gonna have to catch a width now. Flex wrap, no wrap. Oh, wait. No wrap is the default. Wrap is what you have to do. Okay, now it's gonna start spreading out. And now you can start doing justify to pack it in. Align self, sorry. Align to pack it in. Maybe not. Oh, crap. I don't even know why this is spreading out in this way. That's even more interesting. Like, why would this just decide that's the way? I can move that one down to the bottom using align self. Okay. But I can't take this one and get it to move up. So let me see if there's something on the CSS that's making that want to be that tall. Oh, there's a really simple way. We'll just make another class, call it top nav, stick all this stuff inside of it that we want on the top. Okay, the name, that might be an issue. So let's start designing this in. At least the nice thing about this is too, we can apply some padding, some universal padding inside this guy. We'll put the username for the person that's signed in. We need a settings, and we probably need a logout up here too. So we have a button account settings. So we're just going to do something called button bar here, and then put 2 in here. Why you'd want to log out of this thing, who knows? Count nav. Okay, username. Give it a nice font weight. Give it a nice, let's use that nice yellow that we have. Let's go to our button bar. The 2 things that are in there need to get cursor stuff attached, but I'm just going to make some stuff here. Say if it's a data type equals button, we'll just cursor point around those. We get that nice little, you can click it button. Oh, Nightwalker, we could take a look at that in a second. That would have done it. That's interesting. I don't know what. That's an interesting way to write that stuff. And I didn't realize you could do that. That's pretty cool. I kind of want to go back and do that. Just to be, let's just do that real quick. Okay, so you just column on the whole thing. You didn't care about wrap. You didn't care, it looks like, about alignment. And then you just said, hey, center 1, flex, grow 1. Bingo bango. Thanks, Nightwalker. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so you're just going to have to add some more padding back and all that, but it's not a big deal. What can we do with these points? What do we put the points up above your name? Just call that OmatumBucks, sure. I kind of want a different font for that. Let me find really quickly like a money font. Just type in money. That should find it. Sure, Greg. What I want is the currency font. There's not many. I mean, look at, there's not many monospace fonts at all. It's this font right here. It's a very legible currency thing. Like if you ever have to display numbers, it's perfect. Oh, look, another one of these ridiculous variable fonts nobody can use. Let's just go with the bloody Anonymous Pro. Let's just do this. Give me all the fonts. I don't care. Give them all to me. And in you go. Okay. Let's make a smart decision. Let's put a class of number on that. There we go. Boom. So the 2 links under the name, those are going to need to be a little bit smaller. Probably make the name a little bit bigger. And let's give the button bar a little bit of margin. Spread it out just a little bit. Let's take that log out button and we're going to change the color on it. And then we're just going to make it a little transparent. Then when you hover that guy, it's going to get a little not transparent. It should be able to figure this out. Now, and then this guy right here, we'll give it a little transition. Boom. Boop. Look, it gets happy. It gets happy to see you. I always think it's interesting how there is a set of happy animations and sad ones. That's a happy one right there. It's a little happy. Thanks for showing up and logging out. So for these settings, we'll do the same thing. Oh, look at that. It's happy to see you. Go see your settings. Sure. Now that I see this like this, I kind of want to put this above this. So I'm just going to swap these around. Why don't we modify the way the points look? Give it a little bar, whatever. You know, I'm trying to say a thing. It's making sense in my mind. So I want to just do it. You know, just a little bar thing. You know what I'm talking about. It's a little, that's where your points are thing. We're going to say width of this guy is a calc of 100% of what it should be plus 30 more pixels. And that's going to make it a little too wide, too big for its bridges. And then we're going to margin left it -15. Should slide it right in just like that. Okay, so that's what I wanted to see. Now we're going to margin around it. We get rid of that border now. And then I'm going to background color it instead and see what this looks like. Okay, now this will need some internal padding. Something about this. Something about this. Something about this. A little weird. What I'm trying to do is just create a little bit of cohesion between these 2 elements. I mean, they're fine, but we can make it better. Oh boy. Was that the cohesion I wanted? Just a little box around it in yellow. Let's just roll with it. We can change it later. Maybe it's just that being in yellow. Is I'm like, don't worry, we'll fix it later. No, we're going to fix it right now. Yeah, there we go. Just need to go to white. All right, nav. We're going to need active states for each one of these. Let's put an active on the dashboard. And then we're going to do the same thing we did to the other ones. We're going to say that these are buttons. And then it loads in a specific page. That one's going to load in something called dashboard content. The other ones aren't going to really do that. And this is, again, just giving us some JavaScript targeting. so we can fully prototype it before we move forward. So now we need these guys. So we have an active state attached to one of the buttons. The rest are going to be LIs. So let's take these guys, let's take the LIs, start talking to them. Let's get some font sizes figured out. Say 18 pixels, start with that. These could be big boys. Big boy. I'm so glad, by the way, the trend of putting icons and everything is over with. Where you had to be like, what is a dashboard icon? What does redeem points look like? I say that now, and just editor guy. If keep that in if we end up putting icons in. There we go. Maybe a little big. I want these to be a little bit taller. They're kind of like buttons right now, and they're not tall enough. So I'm gonna do a little trick here. Make them line height a little bit taller. There we go. That's gonna spread them out a little bit. Then I'm gonna do some borders on these, on the top and the bottom. Actually, let me do the border on all of it and we'll remove it. Cool. Yep, that was the problem. So we don't want to do that. So actually we want to border bottom everything. Okay, so that gets us those things. So let's get rid of that padding because you can see how that padding just jacked things. So now they're all spread out. We'll put the padding on the LI. So now we got these little nice spacers. That guy right there is gonna need a border top to be consistent, right? To give these like little pill feels to everything. So target just the top one. We're gonna do and first child. And I could be using some variables here, but screw off. I'll just write it twice. Boom, got all that stuff in. Now let's mess around with this. So right now they're left aligned, flush left. What if they weren't left aligned? What if they were right aligned? What we can do is we can have these things push in when they're active. I'm gonna give them a border left that's empty, or a border right that's empty, I'm sorry. Just make it red first. Okay, there we go. Make that transparent. Okay, and then we're gonna make it so these guys transition. Just a quick ease in out. You know what really sucks, guys? I have to go. So let me do my little sign off thing. Thank you guys so much for your time. Tune in for the next video. We'll just see where we get it. There'll be dashboard stuff. That's horrible. I got no way to end this thing.